All right, let's take a look at what's going on. Snow is likely adding up in a few spots. We've got some flurries and some snow squalls moving through this evening, and temperatures have certainly turned colder in a high and gusty west and northwest wind. Now, both the wind and the flurries and snow squalls with it will be diminishing as we make our way through this evening and tonight, so conditions generally improving. It is going to be a cold night for the Maritimes, more typical for what you would expect out of January instead of our very mild conditions that we've had throughout much of this week. Tomorrow in the forecast, in the morning, you can expect cloud cover to increase across the Maritimes, and that is going to be followed up by some snow developing into parts of New Brunswick as well as western areas of Nova Scotia. That starts in the afternoon, but then moves into other parts of the Maritimes as we head through Saturday evening and Saturday night. Now, in a lot of cases, it's going to be lighter snow or flurries, but there is potential for it to accumulate into some totals as high as 1 to 5 centimeters, maybe pockets of 5 to 10 for a few areas. One other thing I want to mention with the snows that's coming in is temperatures are turning a little bit milder tomorrow in parts of Nova Scotia. So for that province, it's likely to mix with or turn over to some rain showers, especially up and down the Atlantic coastline. I mentioned snowfall amounts possible for some areas with that coming in, especially around the southwestern corner of New Brunswick. That's where there could be some pockets getting up between 5 and 10 centimeters of snow. Other areas between 1 and 5 centimeters, mostly, might be a little bit more than that up in the Cape Breton Highlands. And there is, again, the potential for more significant snowfall for parts of the Maritimes coming up Sunday night into Monday. More on that in a moment. Low temperatures in the forecast for tonight around the region will be falling several degrees below the freezing mark, down to the minus teens for areas of New Brunswick and near minus 20 up around Edmundston in the northwest. Tomorrow, there is some recovery in the temperatures. It remains cold in northern New Brunswick, between minus 5 and minus 8. Those are your daytime highs there. But down through central and southern areas of New Brunswick, a light south wind allows some high temperatures to climb up between minus 3 and plus 2. Mildest, of course, in around the Bay of Fundy coastline. Prince Edward Island for tomorrow, afternoon high temperatures between minus 3 and 0. In Cape Breton, the high temperatures tomorrow will be between around minus 3 and plus 1. And then getting up between 1 and 3 degrees for the north shore and eastern shore of Nova Scotia. Northern and central parts of the province with high temperatures between 0 and 3, including getting up to near 2 degrees for the city centers, Halifax and Dartmouth. That after a cold start to the day. Near 2 degrees for the Annapolis Valley for tomorrow. Communities on the south shore of Nova Scotia with high temperatures between 3 and 5. Let's talk about the conditions coming up Sunday night into Monday. This is a nor'easter type weather system. Gets its legs under it just off the coastline of the Carolinas and then heads up towards the north very quickly. This is a weather system that's developing in the span of about 24 hours or so. The current path has it sliding past the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia Sunday night into Monday morning. That's likely to keep some colder air in place, so there is a potential for heavy snow for that province. Again, Sunday night into Monday morning, eastern parts of Prince Edward Island, with the snow becoming progressively lighter as you move back through New Brunswick. Now, with these type of weather systems, there's often a lot of variation with exact snowfall amounts for exact locations this far out, and seeing that with this weather system. But here's a general outlook for it. Potential for heavy snow, large area of Nova Scotia. Could be some snowfall amounts of 15 or more centimeters, so enough to be disruptive. Up and down the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia, you may see some ice pellets and freezing rain mix in. If that happens, it could hold snowfall amounts there just a little bit lower. And then you can see the snow expected to become lighter as you move up to New Brunswick. Mostly 5 centimeters or less, but there might be a few pockets right in the south of New Brunswick that could get up between 5 and 10 centimeters. So keep on top of your forecast this weekend. That's Sunday night into Monday morning period. And that's the forecast there for New Brunswick, Sunday into Monday. We do have some colder air returning next week, a mix of sun and cloud. Tuesday on Wednesday, there'll be some flurries coming in Wednesday night, a mix of sun and cloud, seasonably cold temperatures on Thursday and Friday of next week. For Nova Scotia in the outlook, again, watching for that snow to arrive Sunday night into Monday. And then in behind that, it's flurries in the forecast for Tuesday, colder temperatures extending into Wednesday. And there'll be a chance of flurries after that for Thursday and Friday. And for Prince Edward Island in the outlook, again, watching for some potential for some snow Sunday night into Monday morning. Flurries in the forecast for Tuesday, a little bit colder, highs around minus 2, minus 6 though on Wednesday. Flurries expected Wednesday night, and then we have a chance of flurries on Thursday and Friday of next week.